Hello, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 257, season 11. Today's date is September 23rd, 2023, and welcome to the program. On today's show, I will talk about my memories of those wonderful lunchbox snacks I had in the 1970s when I was a kid. For example, Twinkies, potato chips, like drink pouches, fruit, maybe candy bars, maybe sometimes like that. And I will discuss what I had and talk about a little more further on that subject. Also, I will talk about the Musicraft stores that were located in the Chicagoland area. All right. First, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Carnation Slender Drink. I remember this one. So here's a commercial from the commercial is from 1970. So just sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show. Thank you, everyone.
Every woman with a weight problem knows about owning two different dress sizes. One size for after the crash diet, another for when the pounds return. But today, a lot of women are coming back to one perfect size. With Carnation Slender, you can make Slender part of your diet plan because Slender is natural tasting with no cyclamates. Make it. Make a Slender comeback.
Make your next move with American Express Business Platinum. You'll get 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Plus, enjoy access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection. And with the welcome offer of 150,000 points, your business can soar to all new heights. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Amex Business Platinum. Built for business by American Express.
Okay, everyone, I am back. Hope you enjoyed the commercial. Slender Drink Mix. Sorry about that. That came out in the, I think, late 60s, and then it was very popular in the 70s. I remember watching the commercials on television. I don't know if they were guaranteed to work. I had no idea about that product. It's like Slim Fast. Remember that? Slim Fast is still around. You know, I tried Slim Fast a few times a few years ago when I was working at American Express Travel. I was trying to lose weight. I gained so much weight because when I worked there was so much food every day, and I ate out. Yeah, I won't get into that's a long story. So it was very unhealthy. You drink a shake in the morning, you drink a shake in the afternoon, and then you have a sensible meal and at dinner time. I worked for a while, but then I caved in. I just ate. It did not work. Diet plans, they do work at first, and you do lose weight. You have to stick with it. Sometimes but they don't last long. I don't know, because something happens in your life, and then you just veer off course. And then you eat more than you did before, and then you gain a lot more weight than you were. And it's successful to most people. It really is, but who knows? But you got to exercise. You got to do that. That would help. It really does. As for me, I'm not on a diet plan or anything. I can't. I asked my doctor one time, can I be on a diet plan? He flatly refused because he says, no, you're a cancer survivor, and you need all the protein. You need your strength. You got to eat like that. Don't eat too much. So I told him, well, I just have a light breakfast, no snack. If I want a snack, I'll have a piece of fruit. For lunch, I have a light lunch. Sometimes I have cereal or a sandwich. If I want dessert, I'll have dessert, but I won't. The key is don't have two, and don't eat the same one every day. That helps a lot. And the funny thing is, I don't eat anything from lunch to dinner. Nothing. You know, if I have water or just if I get hungry, maybe a little like a piece of candy or something like that. But I don't. I usually don't eat. No, I'm not hungry. Then have a big dinner. I eat well. Then after dinner, uh, if I have to eat something before I go to sleep. I need something in my stomach, so I have like a cookie or something like that. One of my mom's favorite cookies that she makes, or like a little piece of bread or something like that. Because I can't sleep on an empty stomach. It's not good because it's going to growl, and you can't sleep. Sleep is important, like that. So I have lost a little weight. I'm better now. I first weighed 100, 200, like about 239 pounds, like that. This is before I was diagnosed as a prostate cancer. But now I'm about 205. I've lost 35 pounds, so that's great. I'm still losing. The problem is I do that, but I can't really lose weight because I'm on medication, and I think that's the problem. It won't let me. But I have to take my medication. For the, that's for the hormone thing for the prostate cancer. So we'll see what happens. I still do my walks, a little bit, but I hurt my foot last week. Too much walking, so it's better now. But I will take it easy. I will not. I used to do 60 laps on my driveway. Now I'm cut down to 30 a little bit. But if it starts hurting, I will stop. And just go inside. Okay. All right. And at the beginning of the program, I said I was going to talk about my memories of the Lunchbox snacks I had in the 1970s as a child, when I was in school. Also, I talk about the Musicraft store that was located in the Chicagoland area. Before I get started, I'll talk about a couple things. One, there was an anniversary this week. It was the TV series Hotel that premiered September 21st, 1983. I used to watch the show every Wednesday night, right after Dynasty. Yeah, my mom and I used to watch that. We call it Dynasty Night. It was a good show. It was like Love Boat, a landlocked love boat. Only it was more serious than the Love Boat. It had comedy on the Love Boat. It had serious things, moments, but the Hotel was much more serious. And it was grounded. Had a good cast. James Brolin, you remember him from Marcus Welby, MD. Also Connie Selica, very beautiful lady. And Sherry Belafonte, daughter of Harry Belafonte. So, and they had like a guest stars and all that. I had the show on DVD. I've saw it a couple times on DVD, but I stopped because I wanted to watch something else. I got to rewatch it again, And it's a good show. In the pilot, Betty Davis was in the pilot, but she got sick. I think she had a stroke, and then Ann Baxter took over the role for a few years, and then she died of a stroke. Like that. Also, September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. I posted on my profile. If you'd like to donate, a lot of people, I've donated, but only a couple people have so far, and it's only September 23rd. So please donate to this worthy cause. We got to fight this terrible disease. All cancers are bad; they really are. We have to fight. So I'll keep it on for about another week, and that's it. And as for my health, I had some news about that last week. I won't share it with you yet. It's not bad news, but it's sort of good news. But I want to wait. I want to hear from the doctor. It's actually my oncologist. He's going to call me soon and tell me. And then I will fill you in, and I'll post the news and let you know. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Good news. It's not bad news. It's good news. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to talk about Musicraft first because I saved the best for last. So Musicraft Store sold record like stereo equipment, stereo system equipment, like that, for your house and all that. And I don't know when the store opened. It opened probably in the 50s. And the first location was at 48 East Oak Street in Chicago in the Gold Coast area. I found an ad and I found the phone number. You remember the phone numbers with the call with the telephone exchanges with the letters. So the telephone exchange was Delaware 74150. So it was DE 74150. And that was located on the same block where the Esquire Theater was. Uh, that was a good thing. I went once at that theater in the 70s. It was very nice theater. And Musicraft, I think it was gone by then. I'm not sure when it closed at the location. Probably in the 70s, maybe after I visited the Esquire. 'Cause I didn't see it. Well, I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. So they had other locations. Like, for example, they had it at, well, I'll read them off for you. They had one in Morton Grove, 5700 West Dempster. West on 7045 West North Avenue. That's in Oak Park. South, it was at 3225 West 95th Street in Evergreen Park. I will talk about that store in a moment. Also, as far south, 181st in South Halsted in Homewood. Also at the Lombard Pines Plaza at Main and Roosevelt. And I think the headquarters was in Palatine. I don't know where in Palatine. I should have looked it up. But I think that's where their main office was. And I believe they had a store there as well. So, for example, they sold stereo equipment, they sold speakers, cassette tapes, maybe tape recorders, anything audible they had there. And that was kind of nice like that. And like with the stereo, in the old days, they used to sell the stereos, the wooden ones, like that in furniture, and it looked gorgeous in your home. They don't do that today. No, 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 no. No, they don't. They sold, record players, like portable ones, probably amplifiers, like that. Now, I visited the one in Evergreen Park. And, well, first it was located at 2035 West 95th Street. That was near Damon in the Beverly area. Then it moved to the address I just mentioned at 3225 West 95th Street. That's west of Kedzie. I didn't visit the one in Beverly. I visited the one in Kedzie. And let's see, I was in high school. I was in the area. My doctor had his office at the time. I went to the store and looked around, just for curiosity's sakes, and just browsed to see. I also found there was a friend of mine that worked there at the time. He went to high school with me. I didn't. We weren't in the same class. He was there. And I just said hi to him, and then I just looked around. I didn't buy anything, so it was fascinating. And then you had music playing like that. This is the 70s, Sometimes they had rock music, disco, all that. It was a cool store. It was a very nice store. Yeah. So as the years went on, there were others there were competitors, like, for example, Pacific Stereo. There was Playback. I think there was another one called Lafayette. I can't think of the other one. I think there was another one. Yeah, but there was Playback. Also, Playback and Pacific Stereo. There was one, I think Pacific Stereo was on 95th Street. Probably in Oak Lawn. And then as the years went on, it closed the stores were closing, and then the last store was closed in, I think, in Homewood. I think that was the last one in May of 1995. I don't know what the reason was. I guess competition or times have changed. Vinyl wasn't around. Now it's made a big comeback. Vinyl records like that. But people still talk about this store. They still do to this day. They miss it. So the logo was "Make My Music." That was the store slogan. Make my music. Okay. So when I posted this yesterday on Vanish Chicagoland, the memories kept flooding in. People talked about, a couple of people worked there at the stores, and they were customers, and they shared their memories on the page, and that was very nice, and very nice indeed. Like that. Okay. Right now, I'm going to talk about the good stuff. I'm going to talk about my memories of the lunchbox snacks I had in the 1970s. Where you had the snacks in my lunchbox that my mom put in, or all the kids and their mothers put in. I talked about lunchboxes probably on a previous podcast episode. I think I did, and I talked about my first one. My first lunchbox was the Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels were big, the cars from Mattel Toys. And my earliest memory of what my mom put in my lunch was always a sandwich, either peanut butter or jelly. I don't like peanut butter and jelly together. It does taste weird to me. I can explain this story to people. They think I'm nuts, but I just don't like it together. I like it separate. So I would have a peanut butter sandwich or a jelly sandwich or maybe a hot dog. And you would have the lunchbox would come with a thermos, either with some milk, But with the school that I went in elementary school, they had milk there, so it wasn't necessary. Sometimes you would have soup or something to drink, like that. Something else to drink, like soda or orange juice. I love that. And of course, she put the snack in, and there's so many to talk about. There really is. And like, for example, the most classic ones that of the snacks was the Hostess snack cakes. And I have great memories of those. My mom used to buy a box of them, like, for example, Twinkies. The other day I posted a photo of Devil's Food Twinkies. A lot of people they're saying, I don't remember this. I remember this. They say it's divided, like that. But I sure did. And there were those. My mom would have the regular ones or the Devil's Food ones. Snack cakes back then tasted so good. The reason was they had trans fat. Now they removed it, and now they're kind of fit. They're okay. But it's healthier. I wouldn't say healthier, but but it was so rich and good like that. There's a funny story about the Twinkies with the Devil's Food. If you remember the episode in All in the Family where Edith Bunker was called in for jury duty, and she had to be sequestered, and she was with this rich uppity lady, and Edith was eating chicken croquettes. That was the dinner. And the snooty lady didn't want to eat it. She don't eat the hotel food. She was just as coffee. And then Edith would describe Archie's lunch. I would always put, Archie would love that kind of meal with an orange and a Twinkie. And the lady goes, Twinkie? And then Edith is describing the Twinkie. So, there's these little cakes about that big, and they always come in Devil's Food. And the lady yelled at her, Mrs. Bunker, I'm not interested in your Twinkies. I want to go home. So that was the first mention of Twinkies on television, and also Devil's Food. I think Devil's Food, the flavor, I think it's still around. They keep bringing it back, but I don't know if it's on a permanent basis. Maybe it is. I don't know. I have no idea. Other snacks at her hostess were, for example, cupcakes, ding dongs. I think they were first called King Dons. Yeah, so it was Twinkies, ho hos, ding dongs, fruit pies, Suzy Q's, snowballs. Remember snowballs with the coconut? Like that. There was also crumb cakes, but that's a little more adult for the kids. I can't think of anything else, that came from Hostess. Well, anyway, I'm going to play a commercial for the Hostess. I'm sorry. I'm going to play a commercial for Hostess snack cakes. This is from the early 1970s, and it does mention the Twinkies and the Devil's Food flavor. When I come back, I'll talk about the other snacks I had when I was a kid in my lunchbox. Okay? So sit back and let's go back in time. Thank you, everyone.
Snacks, snacks, everywhere snacks. Welcome to the snack cake jungle. Everywhere you look, snack cakes for the kids. Are there any that have more than good taste? Yes. Hostess announces snack cakes now fortified with vitamins and iron. You can thank the Hostess bakers for new vitamin-fortified snack cakes with the good taste kids love and good nutrition they need. Like Hostess Twinkies in regular and new Devil's Food. That luscious cake with creamy filling now gives your children more than good taste. It gives them important nutrition, too, because now Hostess Twinkies are fortified with bodybuilding vitamins and iron to grow on. Yes, now there are snack cakes with more than good taste. New vitamin-fortified Hostess snack cakes. Look for the V on packages of Hostess Twinkies. Thank Hostess for the good taste kids love and good nutrition they need.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial for Hostess snack cakes. That was from the early 70s. I mentioned the Twinkies and the Devil Food flavor ones. For Hostess, they're still around. They just were bought by the Smucker Company, so that's good. They were going out of business first, and but they were bought out by some other company. But they were saved like that, and like that. I forgot what I was going to mention. Oh yeah, the Twink. So they were bought up by Smuckers. That was announced about last week, something like that. Question is, a lot of people ask, do you still eat these snacks? Me I'll be 60 years old next in a couple of weeks. So, I've had a Twinkie about last year. It wasn't the same as when I was a kid. It's changed. At first, when they brought it back, it was like kind of tasteless, but then they improved the flavor a little bit, but no, like that. They didn't do that at all. So I try to avoid it. I try to avoid, because it's processed food. It's not good. All that sugar. Okay. Another snacks, snack cakes were, of course, Little Debbie's. My mom didn't buy those much, but they're still available to this day. You can find them at Jewel or Target or Walmart. They still sell them. It's still popular like that. I like the zebra cakes. Oh, they were good. And the oatmeal cream pies. Oh, that's fun. Another snack cakes we got is Dolly Madison. Yeah, my mom sort of bought those in sometimes. Do you remember they had the fruit pies, the zingers? Let's see what else they had. Zingers came in 3 flavors: chocolate, raspberry, like raspberry coconut, and vanilla. There was also like cupcakes. They were like ding dongs in a way. And there was a Razzies. It's like a raspberry coconut ding dong, and there was cuckoos, and there was like a ding dong. They don't make those anymore. No. What else? And of course the zingers, and they had the Dolly Madison gems. Those were the donuts like that. And I remember they advertised these very heavily in the 1970s when they had the Peanuts specials, that created by Charles Schultz. Like like with the with the Christmas special. I can't think of the name. It's been on every year. So and then yeah, so I used to watch those. Those were on CBS on Channel 2 all the time, and they would advertise by Dolly Madison. They had the Peanuts characters like that. So, but then Hostess bought the company. I don't know when. Oh, it's Charlie Brown Christmas. Thank you. So they bought the company. I don't know when, and now it's not Dolly Madison, it's Hostess. They still sell zingers and the donuts, the gems. Nothing else. I didn't see anything else. Could be wrong. I don't know, like that. Okay, other snacks I had besides those cakes, you would have potato chips. My mom used to buy little bags of Jay's potato chips, regular, barbecued, sometimes the okie dokie ones. But yeah, she would have potato chips. When Pringles came out, in the cans, my mom would take a plastic bag and she put a few potato chips in, like in a sandwich bag, and she put it in there. That was kind of nice, like that. Also, there was something very strange. There was these fruit pouches. They're like Capri Suns or like that, but let's see. So it was called. There was one. It was in the 70s. It was one of the first. It was called Sippity Doo Dah. I think you can find them I found a commercial on that, and I remember they advertised that on Channel 32 or Channel 9 in the afternoon when I came home from school. So you would take a straw, punch it, and then drink out of it. And well, of course, it had to be refrigerated because it doesn't taste good when it's like that. And they were great. I had a couple like that. Also, in my lunchbox, I had like fruit, a banana, an apple, an orange, sometimes unpeeled. My mom did that for me. Any type of fruit like that. So nothing healthy in those days. I didn't see that. We didn't have microwaves back then. Not at my school. No, So whatever, everything was cold. What was in the lunch, like that. Sometimes at my school they had. This was at Correas Elementary. They would have hot dog day, Soppy Joe day. That was fun. I liked that. The funny thing is, the Soppy Joe I love, but the kids in my class didn't like it because, well, I didn't understand it. So, but it was great. Hot dog day was great. You have eat as many hot dogs as you like, and you get a bag of chips with that. Also, one more thing about, when I had my lunch at the school is I've had my lunch stolen a few times because I was picked on. I was bullied, not from my kids in my class, kids from other classes. And there were numerous times that my lunch was stolen. I had nothing to eat. And over there was no place else to eat. You couldn't go to a restaurant. You couldn't go to a fast food place. So I was hungry all the time, and it was tough for me. And I've told the teacher. Well, at first I was embarrassed. My lunch is stolen. I told the teacher one time, and I told her I don't have a lunch. It was stolen, and she couldn't help me. Like give me money, or she would go out and get something. I was stuck. So I was starving from noon to like about 3:30 in the afternoon to get home and just, chow down something like that. I had to eat something, and that wasn't fair. I mean, kids were mean. So, well, that was my phone. So yeah, they were downright mean, doing that, and even they did that up to 8th grade. They did that. They stole my lunch. I had no sandwich, no snack, nothing. There were times I would eat my lunch early. I would sneak off and have a sandwich like that to avoid to have my lunch stolen. That's how fearful I was of that. So it's that was terrible. I didn't tell my mom at first, but she got angry at me because I didn't tell her sooner. She goes, and then she complained to the school. You have these dumb kids that's stealing my son's lunch all the time, but we don't know who did it. I don't know. I had an idea, but I couldn't prove it. That's bad. That was a bad memory of when I brought my lunch to school like that. But I had wonderful memories of what I had for lunch, with the snack cakes and the potato chips and, your thermos and the different kinds. And I'm seeing different kinds of lunch boxes that the other kids had when you were little. It was kind of cool. Like, I had my Hot Wheels lunchbox. Other had lunchboxes from TV shows like The Munsters, The Partridge Family, H.R. Puff and stuff, Mickey Mouse, the Waltons. They had that. The Addams Family. I think the Addams Family had one. I'm not sure. So that was. I saw a Barbie one, like the movie today. So that's my memories of that. Most of it was good. Some of it was bad. That's how it is. Okay. So that's it for this show. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about my memories of the lunchbox snacks I had in the 1970s. Also the Musicraft Store in the Chicagoland area. This podcast will be published this afternoon. Whatever podcasts are available, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. Just click on the app, subscribe. You'll get a notification of a new episode. Also be posted on my blog, vanishchicagoland.blog. And it's also be available on my YouTube channel, Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. People have always asked me that, where do I listen to your podcast? I tell them the easiest way, I've always said that many times, is on YouTube. Do a search. It's there. Subscribe to my channel and you'll get a notification. I always tell people like that. Also, be shared on my social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, which is X now, Instagram, and Threads. So like I said before, it'll be ready this afternoon. It'll be published. Okay. As I might do another one. No, excuse me. I might do another podcast tomorrow. We'll see. I've thought about a couple subjects I will talk about in mind, and one is for definite, and the other one I'm mulling it over. So we'll see. Okay, so this is Pete Costanis, your host of Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Everyone have a great weekend. Today is gorgeous. This is blue skies. The weather is beautiful. I might go out for a walk this afternoon, get some fresh air. It'll do me good. So here's bye-bye for me, and here's bye-bye from Ray Rayner saying bye, bye, bye with a little traveling music. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.